Hello all, warning, this video contains an awesome giveaway, details on how to enter later. From the 5th to the 11th of November, Banggod are having their annual 11/11 sale, so even if you don't win the giveaways, yes, giveaways as I'll be doing another next week, you could take advantage of some price reductions should you be in the market for the tools you see here, or indeed anything else. This is the Mohoo sharpening system and is this week's giveaway. It's a beautiful set with an industrial heft. A budget replica of the woodpecker's system without feeling at all budget. Yes, it's a set, but bizarrely you have to purchase the honing guide and the angle setting jig separately, despite them being listed on the same page. Both items came in boxes with cut foam, branded Enjoy Wood. I suspect Mohoo and Enjoy Wood might be coming out of the same factory. This system has been extensively reviewed on YouTube, so while I walk you through its features, I won't be using it with my whetstones to demonstrate it creating an edge. I want it to remain as new for the lucky winner. Included with the homing guide is an aluminium angle finder with a range of common chisel and plane iron angles from 15 to 45 degrees. A neat touch is the addition of little cutaways at the point to stop damage to it or to the blade edge. The honing guide is substantial, without doubt the heaviest honing guide I've held, with a range from what looks to be a minimum of 4mm for the narrowest chisel size up to 70mm for a wide plane iron. It has a solid aluminium body, stainless guide rods and screw, and what appears to be genuine brass rollers and threaded inserts for the tightening screw. A supplied Allen key allows you to swap the rollers from their outside to inside position, particularly useful when sharpening wider plane irons. The angle setting jig has a really neat feature and again is constructed of hefty solid slabs of aluminium with a stainless steel plate protecting the angle stop. On the right hand side are marks with angles matching those on the angle finder from 15 to 45 degrees. These would be to set your primary bevel angle. On the left side is indicated the primary bevel angle plus 2 degrees to give you a perfect secondary bevel. This is a fantastic feature. For more on primary and secondary bevels, about the best explainer I've seen comes courtesy of Matt Esley. Once you've honed your primary bevel, it will be the left side with the plus 2 degree angles you'll use most often to refine your edge for day-to-day work. For such a task, consistency is key, and to assist in that respect, the setting guide has a stainless steel locating pin. Let the pin drop into the hole at your required angle and then tighten down the thumb screw. You might well ask whether the angles indicated are actually those angles. Indeed, I wondered myself as, using the pin, the stop seems to fall short of the line. Here, the setting guide is set to 40 degrees. A steep angle Japanese chisel in the honing guide positioned to it, protractor also set to 40 degrees. That looks just dandy. When sharpening, a perfect angle is not really the issue. By which I mean it would make next to no difference if your bevel was at precisely 40 degrees or 40.5. What matters more is consistency and square. That's even primary and secondary bevels, and a cutting edge perfectly square to the sides of the chisel or plane iron. This system will make achieving that a breeze, whatever your skill level. This is due to the aforementioned pin locator for the stop, which will aid consistency, but also due to the honing guide having a flat or square body to butt up to the setting jig. Plus, it grips the tool from either side, keeping it centered and perfectly square. Some other well-known brands clamp from the top, which can lead to issues with square. On tightening the honing guide, I would have liked some way to cinch it just that little bit more by way of an Allen key or a larger thumb screw. I think on heavier plane irons, like the Japanese one I showed briefly earlier, I'd resort to cinching it up with pliers via the thumb screw, I think. Other than that, I can find no fault with this set. That it ensures square and allows you to quickly and repeatedly set for and hone the secondary bevel means it should elevate anyone's sharpening and make it less of a chore. Add to that its premium materials and build quality, what can you expect to pay? Well, for each, recommended retail price is in the order of £55, so the full set would be over £100. However, as you can see, Banggod seemingly never sell at RRP, and currently you can more or less halve that price. You'll notice in the ship from options there's a UK and China option. If you're from the UK, they are a little cheaper and incur no shipping costs, meaning the honing guide and angle indicator can be had for just £21.21. Unfortunately, the angle setting jig is out of stock in the UK warehouse, so clicking on the China warehouse, we can see the honing guide is £23.57 with £2.35 shipping, and the angle setting jig is £26.71 with again £2.35 shipping. The full set from China then would be £54.98. To put that into perspective, for the popular Veritas system, you're looking at around £70 for the basic and £200 for the deluxe. For the woodpecker system, which this Mohoo is a copy of, you can expect to pay around £250. Here is a pair of Hongdui SC14 bench hold-down clamps. I'm sure a familiar name to viewers now as a Chinese manufacturer of premium tools and accessories, and these hold-downs are no different. Beautiful construction and finish, all parts being either aluminium, steel or brass. At a glance, these are clearly reminiscent of the Veritas, but with a couple of important differences, and I would say improvements, as we'll get to. Again, they arrived in boxes with cut foam to help them survive the journey. These, as you can see, have a wedge mechanism to fix in place. The diameter is 19mm, so should fit fine in traditional workbenches with 19mm dog holes, but thanks to the wedge, they'll also tighten into 20mm dog holes. It's a shame there's no 19 or 20mm specific sizing option, but given they work fine regardless, it's no deal breaker. I should caution that if you were thinking these would be nice to use with an MDF MFT workbench top, they really aren't suitable. You should be able to make out here just how much the clamp is leaning back as I tighten. This could well play havoc with the accuracy of the MFT holes given the likely damage from consistent use of these clamps. They're designed to work with much thicker solid wood workbench tops, and this is the reason I requested them. This is my mini solid wood workbench. You'll notice the screw for the wedge sticks out about 10mm beyond the bottom. My bench holes aren't all the way through, being around 32mm deep in a 65mm thick bench top. Rather than drill out all the holes to 45mm or so, for clearance, I just cut down the screws, reattach the C-clip, and they're ready to go. There's a good sized locking knob on top to tighten down with, and even with the 19mm dog in a 20mm hole, it feels secure. You'll notice the post is ribbed, and at the rear of the clamp body there's a thumb screw giving you the option of leaving loose, using the clamp force to lock it in place, so you can quickly adjust height for a different workpiece, or lock it at a given height for repeat operations. The screw down clamp foot has a little bar on top which affords you good leverage to apply ample clamping force. Like with most bench clamping scenarios, best results are had by using a pair. When you do, with these, I have more chance of walking the bench across the workshop than setting the workpiece free. Little rubber pads on the clamp foot likely helping here, of which a spare is provided with each clamp. As I mentioned, these are similar to the Veritas, but I think they're a little improved here. Firstly, where the Veritas has a knob to tighten down on the clamping foot, these Hongdui have a little steel bar with brass end caps. Going by the force I can apply to the main post with the wedge mechanism, I've no doubt whatsoever that I can apply more thanks to the leverage provided by the little bar. I applied some Loctite to the bar's end caps, as when I first used them, one managed to work itself loose. Loctite seems to have stopped this happening. The second improvement, I think, is the addition of a locking thumb screw at the back of the clamp body. This means that when you release a workpiece, the clamp body will stay at its set height, very handy for repeat operations. I remember watching a chap with the Veritas ones having to reset the height when swapping out to the next workpiece, as on removing the original workpiece, the clamp body would kind of jostle itself down the post. The simple addition of the locking thumb screw fixes this on the Hongdui. Height locked, it's still able to swivel, but it won't change height. As someone who does a number of repeat tasks for my furniture, I really appreciate this feature. If you're after good quality, affordable clamps for an MFT top, I recently did a review of these fantastic Enjoy Wood hold downs. I'll make sure these two are linked below, or you could go back and watch my review. I also have a number of the standard guardrail type MFT clamps from Banggod, screw down and ratchet, which have proved very reliable and extremely well priced, and I'll make sure you can also find those in the description. Once again, the Hongdui feel every bit a premium tool, and at their recommended retail would be kind of priced as such at around £51 for one. Again though, they'll never be full price on Banggod and are currently £31.36 for UK buyers via the ship from UK option and £59.59 for the pair, both with free postage. They are a little more expensive clicking the ship from China option and will incur a small postage fee if you do. As a comparison, the Veritas on average are £65 for one in the UK. The Hongdui then aren't what I'd call cheap, but are comparatively excellent value. Lastly, this is the Ganwei detail sanding block. I've been impressed with a couple of Ganwei tools I have and have used before, in particular the pop-up bench dogs. Their quality and look could just as easily wear the Hongdui brand. This little detail block is all aluminium and its rounded tail end moves in and out via the embedded thumb wheel to loosen or tighten the sanding belts. I received the full kit, which includes the block and 15 belts, 5 at 120 grit, 5 at 330 and 5 at 600. The belt supplied are 300 by 25mm. It's a difficult size to find, but 300 by 30s are readily available in just about every grit if you wanted to buy the bare tool and your own belts to suit. When I requested a look at this, I had no particular use for it in mind. I just know that now and again I found myself wanting a block with a round edge and a narrow point to get into some nooks. Its nimble size, along with the fact it holds the abrasive tight, will lend itself well to tackling those little problem spots when I'm finishing a piece. The narrow end, as you might expect, clogs up quite quickly. Simply enough with the thumb wheel to loosen and rotate slightly for some clean grit. The top side has a variable radius, making it an ideal little tool for cleaning up inside large curves. A decent little edge and laminate sander too, it would seem. One of those tools where it might not immediately jump out at you as a must-have, but I can see me keeping this around the bench and pulling it out for use quite regularly. Firmly in the nice-to-have, not must-have category though. Shipping from China only, the bare tool cost £11.75 with £2.35 shipping. The full set with 15 belts that I received cost £17.24 with £2.34 shipping. Given a lot of the 300 by 30 belt listings I've seen online come in at around £10 for 10, the full set isn't that bad a deal. Plus, of course, as mentioned at the start, from the 5th to the 11th of November, you'll see further reductions on Banggod as part of their 11/11 promotion. So, if any of these items take your fancy, or you've been waiting for a good price window for something in your watch list, this could well be the time. Okay, so regarding the giveaway, this is for the complete Mohoo sharpening system, both the honing guide and the angle setting jig. It's open to UK mainland residents only, and you'll need an Instagram account to enter. To be in with a chance of winning, go to my Instagram page, follow me if you're not already, find the giveaway post, it'll be pinned to the top of my page somewhere, and in the comments type enter and post a bad dad joke. One of those dad jokes where it's so bad you can't help but laugh. The missus and I will go through them, and any that make us both chuckle will be in with a chance to win. That's it. I tend to get very few entrants into my giveaways, so your chances of winning compared to a lot of online giveaways are very good. And this Mohoo set is a great prize, I think. Entry for the competition starts when this video is published and is open until 6 PM UK time on the 8th of November. Good luck! All the links to the reviewed items here will be in the description, and I'll include any supplementary links, including to my Instagram page down there too. Hope you found the quick look at these tools interesting. Please like if you did, sub if you aren't already, and as ever, if you made it this far, thanks for watching.